going on, guys? This is Alex Miner. I'm doing my second video. This is the recap of UFC 227. Didn't have enough time to do it over the weekend as I wanted to. Had a lot going on, but some of the people that support me have been asking me to get it out there, so I'm getting it out there as soon as possible, even though my weekdays are pretty busy as well with work and training at nighttime. Got to get it out here for you all, because this is what I'm trying to do, and I'm going to keep the ball rolling. But just want to go through it real quick. First, Henry Cejudo and DJ, the rematch. First time, dominant win by DJ, controlled the clinch, landed well-timed elbows and knees, and eventually put away the challenger in the very first round, basically making him look like he shouldn't have been in there with him. Second fight, very different. 5-rounder. Cejudo came out coming at the champ like he did in the first fight, being the bigger guy and the more of a pressure fighter. However, DJ managed to stay on the outside, chop up the legs, and avoid head kicks from Cejudo. In the second round, another very close one. However, Cejudo started to open up on the feet a lot more, and he even achieved a takedown in the last minute of the second. So, definitely gained some momentum going into the third. In the third round, it was a lot more of the same. Cejudo actually started to capitalize more on his success that he had in the second round, landing several takedowns that were very short-lived, but they slowed down DJ's offense for sure. In the fourth round, not a lot of action on the feet. Cejudo continued to control the center of the octagon as he pushed towards DJ, and he maintained to get about he managed to get about 2 minutes of top control after he took DJ down in the fourth. And then the fifth round was another very close one. But, I mean, given the momentum that Henry achieved from the second through the fourth, I was pretty confident that Cejudo might be able to get the belt. However, there is always the factor that DJ is the champion, and it was a close fight. The rounds that Cejudo won weren't just ridiculously dominant. So oftentimes when you don't dominate the champ, you may not get the belt. Like they say, you got to beat the champ. You got to take the belt from the champ. You can't just beat him by a small margin. However, in this instance, that didn't seem to play a factor. There are some people who are saying that they're basically upset that they took the belt from DJ, one of the most dominant champions there's ever been, in that fashion with a really close 5-round battle. However, I kind of think it's how it should be. Even though guys may have developed a reputation and everything as a champion, you can't really base scoring off of who's champ or not. Then again, that's just me. I'm a purist, and I think it should just be based on who's winning the exchanges. I think that Henry Cejudo won at least 3 out of the 5 rounds. So, good for the UFC judges giving it to Henry Cejudo, our new champion, who immediately after the fight said that he wanted to move up to 135 and take the fight that DJ wouldn't and fight against the winner of TJ and Cody Garbrandt. So yeah, big aspirations for him. Not surprising, seeing as he got a gold medal in the Olympics as a 19-year-old, and then he just got another gold in the UFC as a very young fighter. He's only been in the UFC for a few years, so he's got a lot of great things ahead of him. Whether or not he's going to fight the winner of TJ and Cody doesn't really sound like it, Um, he's not an established champ. He's only been the champion for so long. That wouldn't be much of a super fight. It wouldn't bring in nearly as much money as a DJ versus Cody or TJ would. So, yeah, we'll see what happens with that. Then in the main event, Cody versus TJ, one filled with drama. The last time it was, the drama made for a great fight. Both men were filled with emotion, and wanted to go out there and prove the other man wrong in the cage. And it made for a great fight. Cody was getting the better of TJ in the first round, nearly knocked him out at least once, I think twice, but he definitely knocked him hard at the end of the first and nearly finished him, leaving Dillashaw to stumble back to the fence or to his corner, and then he later came out to catch Cody with a high kick and again with a right hook to put him down and pound him out. This time, not very different in this rematch, except TJ was much more dominant. This time it was visible to me and many other people that Cody just didn't have really good control over his emotions. He came out angry, wouldn't shake up with Dillashaw, and he was just immediately going for Dillashaw's head. Not that that's a bad thing, but he was head hunting, and he really just wasn't setting up anything. He was just really throwing for the fences, whereas TJ was much more methodical, just as vicious, just as quick on the inside, but it was obvious that TJ had worked a lot on his boxing and worked a lot to be very quick in punishing on the counter. And he even admitted afterwards that he noticed that Cody has a tendency to drop his left hand after throwing the right, and TJ capitalized on it. He continued to stay in the pocket and smash Cody with right hooks, and that's the shot that eventually floored Cody, and TJ took his back, was pounding him from the back with numerous unanswered shots. Cody managed to get to the fence and get to his feet, but he wasn't going anywhere. He was just continued to be pummeled in the face, and Herb Dean had to wave it off. Great stoppage, great performance by TJ, and it seems as though the chapter of the Cody TJ drama, Cody Team Alpha Male drama, has reached its climax, and we're all the better for watching it. It was a great fight. Two of the best guys in the division, two of the best guys in the UFC, and I personally can't wait to see what's next for TJ or Cody, because on any night, really, these guys can beat each other. It's really just a matter of who's got the better game plan and who's got the more level head. And on this night, it was TJ. And now TJ will most likely go on and get that rematch with Dominic Cruz. I don't think that Dominic Cruz beat him the first time. It was a very close fight. I thought that TJ landed more of the big shots, had much more significant strikes. However, the judges obviously judged it differently. I think if they fight each other again, TJ is gonna pick him apart. So I can't wait to see that fight. I hope that fight is next. Like I said before, Henry Cejudo mentioned that he'd like to move up, but TJ's already said that he doesn't really think that he deserves it, being a brand new champion, and it really just wouldn't be much of a super fight, seeing as Henry Cejudo is a brand new face on the belt, and he's also had a couple of losses over his past few fights as well against Benavidez and Sergio Pettis, so it just wouldn't have the same pull. Um, but yeah, all in all, a great night of fights. Um, Whoever thinks that the lighter weight classes are boring, you haven't been watching long enough, especially if you, especially considering the 135 division. However, the 125 division is going to get very interesting here soon as well, because we don't know if DJ might get the immediate rematch. He definitely does deserve it, being the most dominant champion ever. However, he's saying that he needs to recover. He actually may have broken his foot during the fight, so he's going to go into recovery mode. In the meantime, Henry Cejudo might fight a Sergio Pettis or another upcoming prospect. So we could even see the championship change hands again before DJ comes back to get his rematch for the belt. So, interesting time going forward for both. I can't wait to see how it all plays out, and I'll definitely keep my eyes on everything and bring it all back to you all. Thank you.